up, Booth TV? You know?
Hello.
Coming at you, BBT, Polypot Seed, as he likes to be called. You know,
Alright.
a lot of you might not know this, but Polly P over here grows bud. He grows some dank-ass
A little
bud.
bit at a time.
So,
the right stuff.
welcome to Cannication.
Cannication.
Educational pot-related content.
Easiest tricks. A lot of people want to pretend that they grow pot and tell you shit they heard from other people. They never seen it.
Never seen it.
They never seen it.
So today we're going to be talking about cloning. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, so the first step is when you pick out which plant you want to clone, you do this like the day before you're getting ready to actually cut the clones off the plant.
Okay.
To prepare the plant like that you want. And the reason you pick a certain plant is because like, some people like sativas, some people like indicas. You probably for cloning, you figure out how this plant's gonna flower, what the timeline of the flower is.
Okay.
You cut the clones off them. You really like the way it's growing. You just like see certain characteristics in it that you really want to keep on. Like
Okay.
that you really want when they grow. And you see like the close nose.
Yeah.
All the different stats are good together.
Okay.
Close together.
Now, how many clones do you get off of one plant? Or is it
Typically, I try to do 6, but you can get as many as you want.
Okay.
Because every time you cut, like if you do the right cuts, you can make it so that your plant's doubling up the number of cuts you'd have the next time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you cut it close enough to like where it's just starting to get flowerization, you just cut right there.
Right there.
And you leave a node where you cut your clone cut from. So
Okay.
that when you do a diagonal cut for your clone cut, like we're actually gonna put that root on, and you want to put it right in the water, do something to seal up the end of it. So you leave you cut it like a little bit before like where those leaves are starting to grow out of it, and that way that will grow double.
Okay. And now, when you make a clone out of a plant, since it's already started past the initial phase of growing, does that cut down the amount of time it takes for a clone
Well,
to
the
grow?
clone itself is actually as mature as the plant you cut it off of once it starts rooting. So you might lose a couple weeks in its aging based off of trying to get it to root, but the clone itself is as old as the root you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start looking at this video. You can break down like what you're doing and why. So here we
So
go.
this is the plant I'm getting ready to clone. It's a Gorilla Glue 4. I looked it up. It's got a short flower. It's really dank. Might fuck up your scissors when you're cutting it, but what I do is I pick the tops that I want to cut, and I go around the whole top and cut all the big leaves in half around the whole top of it. What that's going to do is when you go a couple nodes down and you make your clone cut, which is not the cut you're cutting from when you cut it off. You want to go an extra node down, like right before the leaves, and maybe try and get the double up. That's like a way of topping and cloning at the same time.
Okay.
And then you cut this so that way when you have it in the clone with a short stem or whatever, it's going to be able to support it. It doesn't need all that leaf to grow because all the leaves aren't really doing a lot at this point in time. Like you're trying to get growth from the bottom, from the roots. So you're gonna spray these half leaves with spray. But this is telling the plant itself that something's about to happen to it, and it's trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Okay. All right. And now, when you're doing this, you say that it's telling the plant something's going on. What does it actually
I mean,
do?
you see, maybe deer's eating some of the leaves off it, or it's windy, it's getting broken up. But it's going to try and do whatever it can to protect itself during this period of time. So it's getting itself ready for a high stress situation.
Okay.
So you give it a day. You do this the day before. It'll be like more prepared, more robust.
Okay.
In your cuttings.
All right. All right. And now you got this little tray going on. What's in those?
This right here is a Jiffy Cube method, and I just did it because it's what I had at the time.
Okay.
And so what I'd start doing is cutting these guys like a couple nodes before, and I'm nipping it right off. So I cut it lower, I bring it over here, and I slice it at an angle on that next node up from where I cut it off. So that my cutoff point for every clone is where I want to get that plant to start doing 2. So I want to kind of cut it close to that set of leaves without damaging them. I'm not trying to thin it, which is fuck that mess. I'm trying to make it actually grow 2 good sets off it.
Right.
And it's like if you do like an odd type of cup something will tell you about, then that's where you mess up. You don't know what's going on. But you try to get it as close as you can so it's like it'll double up and get twice as soft for as far as your tops go on the plant.
Okay, and you said these are what, Jiffy Cubes?
These are Jiffy Cubes.
Now, do you prefer that method, or do you prefer the...
So if you do it the right way, it'll work either way. But all the methods you can have. They have these that come already saturated and saturated. Still a cube. It's a different material. I'm not sure offhand what it is, but they kind of look the same. These ones right here are really cool. I got a video. You can see them just pop them in a bunch of water and they raise up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They kind of have this stuff, and they have a pretty good starting stuff for whether you're doing seedlings or cuttings.
Okay.
It's a pretty good starter solution that comes with like a kit like this.
All right. Now, when you're doing clones off of a plant, is there any chance that it can change its sex from male to female, female to male?
You don't want to wake it up in the middle of the night and start cutting off it. You want to be very sensitive about like when it's sleeping, when the plant's sleeping in general.
Right.
That's when you're gonna stress it out. Bringing it from like lower lights to bigger light situations is not as bad as like the clouds going over the sun so much.
Right.
You know, you gotta be careful. But like maybe putting it in darkness without any like bright light nearby for like a couple hours, and it starts thinking it's time for bed. Then you take it and put it right back in on like its previous schedule.
Right.
Then it's gonna get a little confused, and that can cause problems like the wrong genetics or just like unrobust plants that you don't really have figured out.
Okay. All right.
You gotta be careful with that with all plants in general.
Right.
Honestly.
Now, when you cultivate these, you grow them to a certain extent indoors and then transport them outdoors?
I mean, whether you start plants outdoors or indoors with clones, I've had this experience of all, like, even all these I'm taking out, the ones I end up putting 6 of these outside with this same plant that you see me cut these off of.
Right.
This plant and these plants all end up being about the same height.
Okay.
Okay, this one had a lot more tops, it was a lot more wobbly, and my dog yanked me across this one outside, and I actually broke like half of the plant off. I taped it and it was doing really good for 3 weeks, and then it was really windy and like one half of it fell off. I just cut it, and the plant's fucking, these are like the biggest dankest knife you'd see.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Alright. So, obviously there's more things to come, but we hope you enjoyed this educational session from Canication.
What up?
Paulie P has a lot of knowledge
Kelly,
to
my
share.
pounds, baby.
And trust me when I say he grows the dank shit. I'm talking, you have like a little tiny dime bag in your pocket in the grocery store and people can smell it on the other
Make
end.
sure you got time after you smoke it. All
But
you need is time.
more coming at you. Peace out from the Ghetto Booth.
Booth TV, baby.